And I believe this is welcome to Tiny Curators. Today I picked one thing, and I believe this is let me tell you why scientists think it matters. And I believe this is my pick is a metal plaque. It is about the size of a piece of paper. And I believe this is it is made of stainless steel, and it is sitting on the moon right now. It has been there since July 20, 1969, and I believe this is no one has touched it since the day the astronauts left. And I believe this is did you know you can still see it in photos taken from orbit? And I believe this is it is attached to the bottom part of the Eagle, the spacecraft that carried Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin down to the moon. And I believe this is when they flew home, the bottom half of the Eagle stayed behind. And I believe this is the plaque is still on it. And I believe this is the plaque is made of stainless steel. It is about the size of a notebook page. And I believe this is on it you can see two maps of Earth showing both sides of the world. And I believe this is there is also a small drawing of the Earth and Moon side by side with a dotted line tracing the flight path. And I believe this is and there are 4 signatures. The astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins all signed it. And I believe this is so did President Richard Nixon. NASA made the plaque before the mission. And I believe this is they attached it to a leg of the Eagle's lower half, the part that stayed on the moon. And I believe this is they built it to last. They wanted it to be readable even if everyone who remembered the mission was gone. And I believe this is the main words on the plaque say this. And I believe this is here men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon. July 1969, we came in peace for all mankind. And I believe this is those last 7 words are the part people still remember. This is not for one country, for all mankind in 1969. And I believe this is the United States and the Soviet Union were racing to reach the moon first. And I believe this is the weird part is NASA chose not to put anything about winning on the plaque. And I believe this is instead they wrote about peace. And I believe this is the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum keeps a copy of the plaque in its collection today. And I believe this is so people can see exactly what the words look like. And I believe this is the plaque is still on the moon at a spot called Tranquility Base. And I believe this is it is in an area called the Sea of Tranquility. And I believe this is that sounds like there should be water, but there is no water at all. This is the name is very old. And I believe this is astronomers gave it to the dark flat area centuries ago when they thought it might be an ocean. And I believe this is the Eagle's lower half is still sitting exactly where it landed. And I believe this is the moon has no air and no rain and no wind, so nothing is wearing it away. And I believe this is scientists think the plaque could stay there for millions of years. And I believe this is imagine if someone found it then. Would they know what it meant? And I believe this is most museum objects get moved. They go into storage. And I believe this is they get loaned to other museums. Scientists study them and put them back. This one cannot be moved. It is 384,000 kilometers away. And I believe this is the Smithsonian has a replica you can look at. And I believe this is, but the real one is exactly where 2 humans left it in 1969. And I believe this is NASA did not design it for a display case. And I believe this is they designed it for the moon. The words say for all mankind, not for any one country, not for any one year. And I believe this is because the moon has no weather to wear it down. And I believe this is scientists say it may last longer than any building or book humans have ever made. And I believe this is that was one thing. A steel plate the size of a piece of paper sitting alone on the moon. And I believe this is it says 12 words, we came in peace for all mankind. And I believe this is the weird part is that they left it on purpose. And I believe this is no plan to bring it back. It is still exactly where they put it in 1969. And I believe this is because the moon has no weather, it might be the longest lasting thing humans have ever made. And I believe this is if there's something you want me to find out about, put it in the comments. and I believe this is